Please, mods in the chat. Risotto in that case, because you seem like a trustworthy person. No, if you could do us the favor and run predictions for us, it would greatly help here. And we're going to run a casting, shall we? First map, Fertile Crescent. We don't have to do that one even, another time, You know the map. It's not crisscrossed, so vividly playing another point on your card there. But this time we have straight lines, actually. And that might, with this matchup, be quite interesting, because both France and Germany can go for the full TP line here if they want to.
Yeah, makes Stagecoach a lot easier as well when they're straight instead of the crisscross.
Yeah. Fully agree there. And it's also not just easier to put down, but easier to hold. And much simpler to play around that in general, in my opinion. The last time we saw this matchup, it was Loki Lucas L, the first game, I think. Exactly that matchup, exactly the same positioning, and so on and so forth. So we will see if there's another French aggression coming in here, or if it's going to be played a bit differently.
Yeah, I wonder how this matchup will play out. Like, it's a legacy matchup, obviously. And I haven't seen either player play too much of these civs, although I'm not too familiar with Soldier. He was more before my time. So... we might just see like standard semi-FF stuff out of both, which is just kind of usual for these civs. What do you think?
KF semi against Germany's always a bit scary sometimes, because if you start and you don't get a good batch of Huss, and the other one gets a full batch of Uhlans and has 2 extra Uhlans, you might get overwhelmed there. But the same can be said on the other side. If France ships 3 Huss to get the greater numbers than you are effed, and that is a pretty big loss you're taking there already.
Yeah, and like France can even like probably do like a rack start and maybe even a forward base and put a lot of pressure on Germany. Yeah. And if he stable starts, he's in for a real tough time. So yeah, we'll see.
Soldier already. Oh no, wait, that's not. I'm forgetting that Soldier is specifically not allowed to play France. So, but I saw him play yesterday, namely, and. That didn't... I mean, it did work out well, I think, with France, but he played mostly France, so not being able to play that civ right now, bit of a bummer for him, probably. But yeah, Rohbrot with France taking up 100 food treasure, which is going to go towards a pretty decent age-up time, I reckon. If he can hit it right, that is. Yeah, 236, decent if you ask me. And now on the other side,
do we have decks yet?
Yo, we certainly have. I'm just too lazy to look them up. I just wanted to say pretty standard German deck, but no way in hell. That's almost an FI deck, if you ask me, or something that aims there at least. Because not a lot of upgrades in H2. No Wills. Yeah, there are no Wills there, but still, deck-wise, it looks like someone that is prepared to take it to H4. I don't know if he wants that, but if he can play it through, might be interesting to see against France. France, on the other side, has a deck that's called Anfänger, which I love, because that's literally the beginner's deck that you get at the start, and he just kept the name, and that's the right attitude.
Yeah, I mean, France's deck looks like it can do anything. It's got 4 calls in H4, so yeah, definitely the potential there. Yeah, pretty standard. I think Soldier's deck looks like he can potentially play H2 as well, because he's got the 2 settler wagons, so if it goes for like a long H2, he might even get a bit of an eco advantage there. But no upgrade cards, as you mentioned, which is an interesting choice, except for like Cav Combat.
Yeah. And if you go back to Rohbrot, I have to disagree there, I think, because we have no 3 Huss, and that is... Oh, Jet is mentioning already. Okay. We have no 3 Huss there, and... I think with the... Yeah, usually you swap one of those out. So either attack or infantry hit points goes for the 3 Huss, because you need certain timings. You need to be able to hit certain timings in H2 to get a snare with those 3 Huss if you're defending. Also against Germany if they played in a weird way. But I don't like the 3 Huss not being there. At the same time, not a great or not a full deck in H2 for Germany. So you might be able to predict that there's not a lot going to happen in H2 here.
Yeah, but we are seeing a stable start here for Rohbrot.
Yeah, what is Germany up to? Nothing yet, no. Ah, there we go. Soldier coming down with a stable of himself on his own side. A lot of wood being chopped, though. I think that's a bit of an overgathering issue here. Oh, and the scout from Rohbrot scouting it all, making sure, yeah, it is Cav, and we are safe if we go for Cav ourselves.
So I think generally, if it's Ulan on Huss, I think Ulan tend to win in H2 just because they get the Ulans with each shipment. Is that right?
The issue is, I think the big issue here is if you see, for example, Haas Musk in H2 from against Germany. Germany often has a defensive Doppelseldner timing they can pull off if they have a Rex in base. And Dops are just great to kill everything in their path, whether it is 4 legs or 2 legs and is a musketeer. So I think,
Oh yeah, they're so great to just pop onto units, aren't they? Like I think that's when they're most effective, just to get that area damage.
and the Ulans are incredibly effective at circumventing the CDB ranged resistance, of course. Because the 40%... Oh, there we see. Batch of 5. The 2 Ulans are being pushed back. And yeah, Soldier doesn't want to take this. At the same time, Rohbrot being aware enough to leave 2 of his Huss, because he knows 3 is good enough for this fight, and put him back and make sure that Watch Your Wills is dead.
Okay, we are seeing 700 coin from Soldier here as well. So does that tell me he wants to age here, or maybe keep pumping out units?
Honestly, I can't imagine him aging here in this position. Or I don't think so, maybe. If he feels like there's not... Yeah, well, he has his Mars of Ulans. He can defend with the Minuteman timing if he needs to, if there's 8 Huss on the other side. So maybe he feels actually safe enough to take this. We are seeing a third batch of Huss, though. Bit of idle time here for the village production, but not too bad. This fight is not going to go as expected, though, for our France... Or for our German player. Or German
They're going to miss each other?
Oh, I'm
no, there we
sure
go.
they won't miss each other. And look at that. Rohbrot not taking it. He has...
Yeah, he wants to take that fight.
He has the better numbers and he knows it, and he's going south. He's going north here, and he's going to catch all of these Ulans, and that is a huge loss about to happen. Soldier desperately trying to get some Ulans out of their life to not use all of this investment here, but it's not going to be enough. He is aging, though, so at least some good things happen, but he will probably be idled completely, because that Cav mass can just stay under the TC for goddamn ever.
Yeah, and honestly, I think he should have just taken that fight earlier. Like, he's lost 4 Ulan just running away, which doesn't seem to be very effective. But meanwhile, he is raiding. He has picked up a Vil as well on France's side.
Beautiful stuff, yeah. Might even pick up another because Rohbrot isn't watching, but lost the settler wagon as exchange, and that's not a great exchange to take. Cav HP now coming in from Rohbrot. He wants to focus even more on Cav, it seems, and just idle the hell out of the German player. The only thing you can put out in this situation is more settler wagons. But if the micro is done right, and with the defensive mode, you can actually trap villagers who try to pass you and go into the TC. So it's dangerous play that he's playing here.
And it seems like Rohbrot, I think he should just like stay under the TC. He's got enough cav to just keep him idle.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what he's going to do, it seems. And yeah.
And that is...
Soldier does reach H3.
Yeah, he did reach it, and that's a good starting shipment, but at the same time, this is going to be one sad batch of war wagons.
Yeah. Yeah. But it seems like, yeah, Rohbrot knows that timing, and he's just going to back off. He doesn't want to lose any of his Huss here.
Yeah, and I mean, that shows experience here, especially to Anya. And timing experience is something that saves you at this level a lot of times. Because you need to predict the arrival of these units, which would not be able to kill everything outright, especially if they were surrounded. But the Huss do die pretty easily to war wagons, especially if there's more than the 3 from the shipment coming in. Ah, picks up one though, and nice by Rohbrot to actually position one Huss here as sort of a rear guard or something. Nice.
Yeah,
stuff.
just to scout a bit. That is quite nice. Oh, and if you look, there's actually an Ulan kind of maybe in the way he's going, so he's going to get that snare.
That's so beautiful. And getting the next snare as well, so this entire thing might get... Ah, does he get it again? That's some beautiful calf micro there already. I like it.
Oh.
I do like it.
Oh, it sure is.
And from both sides, that's a beautiful thing to see. 23 villagers versus 25, so Vil numbers should be alright. Should get one more kill, I reckon. Nope, backs off. Not happy to take a fight underneath the TC or to dive in too far. Germany coming up with the next shipment, which is going to be Skirm. So Skirm Goon it is, officially. He forgot about one Ulan and it came in clutch. Well, might have been, but it looked pretty damn good. You have to admit that.
I think he left it on that little like pathway over the river just to like maybe catch any vills.
The question is, did he
and it
leave
just-
it or did he forget it? But oh,
Yeah, that is the question that we'll never know.
and now we are in for the famous timing here for the CD people. They are in the fight. Or okay, no, never mind. They just wanted to get some eco work done. And now we are losing all the Huss. In my mind, unnecessarily, because that fight was not necessary. There was 3 Ulans taking down all the Huss that were on the field for France here. And now the Dragoons are out, but the Dragoons are not changed much. And still have reinforcing Ulans hitting down the CDBs. The Skirms now might be able to finally push them off here. But that's 2 dead CDBs, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, and I think that could have been a good fight for Rohbrot if he just Vil pulled a bit earlier. I was actually thinking it was going to be a great fight for him, but yeah, it seems like he didn't decide to do that.
So both players making a cooperative effort to keeping each other in the game, if that makes sense. But I love it because this back and forth is.
They want a series. Yeah, they want a series here.
Yeah, they want me to go to bed tomorrow. That's what they want, it seems. Now, Skirmgoon from both sides. Obviously, Germany has this famous Ulan as a 3rd composition. Upgrades are coming in as well, and we are soon... Is this the 9 Ulan shipment? No. 9 and 8 Ulans are still free for grabs if Germany ever has the next shipment up. And that's a dangerous, dangerous shipment if France can't protect from it, right?
Yeah, I mean, France will have to keep that in mind here. That those big shipments are still yet to come. But for the moment, it seems like it's just going to be Skirmgoon with a few Ulan added in.
Yeah. And the question that is... Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, you go.
My perspective is the question that needs to be asked now is what does France go here for as the next card, as the next composition that they add? I mean, 3 war wagons. If you get one of those great 8 cure pumps out there before more anti-cav arrives, that might be great for Rohbrot, and he's actually going for cures. But there we go. The appropriate counter. 5 war wagons, which with those 3 is enough to one-shot accuracy, and then it's just a kiting game. So this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, and I think Rohbrot has to make a decision here as well when he wants to send his Falcons. And I think the main kind of trend of this matchup is you send them later instead of earlier. And that seems like that's what he's going to go do here.
Yeah, because often the players build, how to put this correctly, and build for a more defensive way in this earlier and then forget about it later on in matches. But there, I slaughtered, I want to see. Ulins on the skirms.
This looks like it could be a great fight here for Soldier.
Yeah, Rohbrot has reinforcing cures, but if he's not able to kill the war wagons quick enough, what are they going to be able to do? Although the Ulan Mars is dying like flies over here, Skirm Mars also sufficient enough to take the fight, but a lot of war wagons still alive. I don't know.
There's only 4 actually, and there's reinforcing Ulan, so this looks like it could be a good fight for France.
Yeah, 3 reinforcing cures being sent there, but France will die, in my opinion, to this because it's not quick enough. There's only skirms left.
Anti-cav here.
Yeah. And now the last thing he's going to see is those approaching Ulans. He doesn't even need the skirms or the goons behind it. It's just going to be a slaughter again.
Just got to wait for these Kerr to pop. Maybe a Vilpool as well that could save him. It's a bit slow.
Vilpool to the clutch. Only 2 war wagons though. Not enough to one-shot those cures. So actually a lot of damage happening here. And yeah, the Vil's coming in clutch. You predicted it right, man.
And, it just seems a bit sloppy from France. There's a lot of idle time here, but I think it's what he has to do.
Yeah. As you would say in the German language, he has to bite into the sour apple because that's just what he needs to do in this situation. But it's still, it won't be enough. I think he defended us well enough. Lost not too much villager-wise, that is. But what's the follow-up here? I mean, the Ulan Mars is still there and still goddamn healthy. And the next Ulan shipment is only on the way.
Yeah, I think Soldier knew how he wanted to play this, and he was like, right, we're going to send Ulans later once I kind of get a feel for what Rohbrot's going to play. And yeah, I think he's played it very well.
Yeah, and the next thing that we have on this map is something... It took some time to work here in this match, but we saw it a lot of times before. The hunts on the sides, dangerously exposed, but at the same time also forcing the different forces into really difficult positions to fight in. Because do you really want to push this? Do you really want to push a bunch of angry French dudes with hats and long rifles? I don't know. But yeah, the score is looking quite healthy for Germany here, and France does not underscore, so oof. Look at that, Ulan Rimar. Soldier is surely quite confident right now. He was not in the chat before, but he should be now, because that is just a scouting party. That is an army over here.
Yeah, and I think France can't take this fight at all.
Nope, nope.
He's going to back off, and he's going to lose a lot of vills here as well.
Yeah, he can't even back off, because even with all the vill pulls of his life, he is not going to get out of this one. He's not going to get out of that one. Look. Oh. Look at the villager numbers, please, and we're going to look at the villager graph after this, but... Oh, this fight surely happened before the Geneva Convention, because that is not right. Vil's dying.
And there are some Kerr here. They're going to try to do their best, but yeah, that's it. GG.
I think that describes this fight here. You know, you did your best. And guys, I'm just saying it, but this was the first match, right? Back and forth, and here we go. I'm all for it. Quickly look at the numbers, though. That's something almost dead equal in resources. But, and that is where the whole thing is changed up by the matchup. 3 units. The worth of the extra units and of the shipments that Germany got through so much higher than Rohbrot, and I'm pretty sure that is what won it in the end. Soldier woke up and chose violence. I love that. That should be the slogan for this first game, please.
I mean, it's so good because I think Soldier's more of an underdog in this series. And yeah, taking the first game like that is good to see.
Yeah, yeah. And it's putting us up, it's setting us up for a great series to begin here and to hopefully end as great as it started. But the villager population here as well. Rohbrot always being behind and then just dipping here. But we have to give him credit for not losing too much in the fights that actually happened, because 1 vill when the full army was fighting is pretty decent. But yeah, that was where it should, or not where it should have been over, but where it was really in a good position for Rohbrot here. And then he lost.
Yeah, and it makes you beg the question, should it be just like stayed under the TC and idled, or caught any like first shipments coming out?
Yeah. But Jesus goddamn Christ, that is a good start to the series, and I'm hyped again. And I have been casting for 5 hours now, and if I can say I'm hyped, then you guys in chat better be. All right. Let's quickly hop back into the pre-match screen, get everything set up nicely and smoothly. To be surprised by the players that we cast here, that is exactly what I want of them. Perfect. Let's get into this one. Yeah. So, eastern side, Haudenosaunee being played by Soldier. On the other side, in the west, we've got Rohbrot on Germany. Do we see a decent... No, Rohbrot, don't do that. Buddy, come on. What? Jesus, guys. We've seen so many weird Germans. There we go. Now it's back. You don't need to hurt with that one. I'm getting picky about this. I know I sound like an idiot criticizing a player 400 elo above myself, but it's just... Man... That's the one thing I can actually do with Germany is that start. Oh yeah, please.
You know, every player has their unique way of opening. Yeah, we don't have to hate on them.
yeah, true. I'm just getting a bit emotional seeing that, I guess. But now we are there, getting the coin to get enough to buy wood for a house, as we do in Germany, or as they do in Germany. And on the other side, Haudenosaunee taking. Oh, Cherokee Rifleman. The matchup itself is one we haven't seen too often so far, but we have seen it today actually before. And it was... Jesus. Was it Lucas L versus Germany or Lucas L versus Brits? I'm not... doesn't matter too much here. The point is, Haudenosaunee with great unit composition in H3, but they do, in my opinion, do need to make something happen in H2 already, so Germany can't just go to H3 unpunished. But what's your point on that, or your perspective?
Yeah, I completely agree. Like as a Howard player myself in this matchup, I think you need to play play H2 and you need to get some damage in. So either picking off a Vil, sieging down the TP, or getting some infrastructure down. I think that's how you play it. I also would have liked to see a water start here for Howard, but it seems like he's just made the house with the starting Travois. So yeah, no water play here, it seems.
Deck is also called Lens, so that is a through and through admission to that strategy. We have water. We have actually Team House of Hohenzollern. That's the defense card. So probably Rohbrot thinking that he might be rushed here. Could be true. We will see. But I fully agree with your perspective on the water start. I do like that one the most, although the macro is sometimes a bit extensive. But it's just so damn good if you can pull it off and just continue pumping out boats that Germany can hardly contest really against Haudenosaunee.
Yeah, and I think Rohbrot needs to scout if he's on water, because he doesn't want to just blindly send those two caravels. So he'll need to scout if he can see a dock or not.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. You have to scout against Haudenosaunee. You have to scout the waterline, because if he sends those two caravels with Germany, that's an insane investment. Sunk, literally, in the water.
Yeah. And here comes the Age 1 army.
Yeah.
Cherokee Rifleman and the Gunslinger.
Yeah, that's
so annoying.
I don't know if that's just a German thing or not, but in the German community we often call that's the Pokemon army. Literally, you know,
yeah, the Pokemon army.
Gotta catch them all and just collecting them over the time, and then you just have an entire small army at the start of H2 already. Germany going...
It's actually really helpful, because you can deny TPs, and, you know, Germany gets theirs in transition, so... Yeah, it can deny a lot of tempo.
Yeah, and if he can deny that TP, that would be huge already, especially in this matchup. And I saw what you did there, Pago Play, and I would have said anything negative about it if I wouldn't just find it goddamn hilarious. Because you're absolutely right, that's the way that I play my matches. Oh, interesting treasure here, 133 HP, and surely this was a fast stage up, so we are going to see the fast forward aggression here. Thanks for the follow, guys. What is it? Yeah,
yep.
That is huge. Shipment is not even through, and he is going to get another shipment with the next pass. So 2 shipments back to back with a fast age up. What elo are the players? Well, Mavsay, interesting that you're asking. So Rohbrot is number 12, spot number 12 of the world right now, I think, with 2,100 elo or something like that. And Soldier is place 132 with 1,700 elo. Don't mind the fact that he won the first game, though. That was just...
Like, Soldier's got so much experience behind him. Like, he's played a lot in the past. Yeah. So that's all coming back to him right now. Sure.
And it's also not that his mechanics, like the hand-eye coordination or anything like that, is rusty. It's more his game knowledge, probably, and his game routine. But he has been playing Age of Empires 4 extensively, so he's not out of the RTS scene in any of those. So I hope that helps you. Yeah, Stereo sums it up in a way that I won't comment on, because I don't want to devalue Rohbrot's other civs here that much, but you get the image, right? Germany being put under pressure outside of the base, but still that thing is goddamn valuable. The trading post for Germany, as Toby put it earlier, in earlier days, Germany without the trading post is an entirely different civ.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Rohbrot should have put that TP maybe in the furthest away socket instead of right kind of where the war hut would be.
Yeah, because it's just in the way of carnage, quite literally.
And it was always going to get sieged down.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's going to go down, and yeah, Germany's going to lose a bit of tempo here.
Ooh,
Let's see what he does to deal with it.
We do see some Doppelsöldner action. 18 villagers versus 24, by the way, so I love that. Haudenosaunee being able to ship 5 villagers right after that. Somebody studied the Kevin guide, like I did, and I did that religiously almost.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how I played as well. And he's got the TP as well, so he's going to get those shipments kind of quite quickly.
Yeah. The pass might also have been quite good because he built it down here. So I love that overall, to be honest. The question is, how does he defend this? Because DOPs are great, but they're mostly great if they pop onto an existing army and not... You usually don't get to smash them into the enemy, do you?
No, and I don't think Soldier will let that happen.
Yeah, but look,
he doesn't want those DOPs touching his precious Aina and Tomahawks.
Soldier not going for 600 wood as I often do to get another building out. He is actually hell-bent on breaking the German resistance right now, sending in more unit shipments after that. 6 Tomahawks after the 5 vills. I love that. I love the build. I love the treasures that he picked up for the build because it makes it all so much more impactful. And I don't think there's any raiding happening from Germany right now because everything that is in base... You see that some emergency houses being thrown down here. And we know that the DOPs are there. Soldier knows it. Rohbrot knows it. They all know it. The question is, will there be one of those devastating pops combined with Minutemen, combined with almost everything?
Oh, and we do see the DOPs on the way. So if Germany can keep Howard in his base long enough without taking too much damage, we could see a really good fight here.
Now it's a question of overcommitting or not overcommitting, but the wood problems, the wood damage here alone is insane already, because that's what, 3 houses and the TP? 400 resources down the drain, tempo denied, no church up for Germany either, so a lot of things gone wrong here already.
Yeah, and like his house as well, so more like build seconds spent just chopping wood, which is not really what they want to be doing.
Absolutely.
I guess if you go bow pike, it's alright.
And now the fun fight is about to happen because, or is it or not? Because the Aenas are... Yeah, they are here to...
3 DOPs are in, they're going to try to do something?
Oh, I don't think... I mean, they are tanking, but that's not their job, man. They have to go in there, they have to do the dicey work, they have to cut down everything and everyone. But with all those Aenas behind it, we both know what kind of DPS those guys have against heavy infantry, and Jesus Christ, it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, Rohbrot likes to use the cover mode, and it was a bit effective, but all the DOPs have gone down now, and there's still some Kanya on the field, and they're just going to clean up the remaining crossbows.
I mean, for the fact how, I don't want to say humble, but how non-enthusiastic Soldier sounded in chat earlier, he is putting on one hell of a show here against Rohbrot's Germany. Oh, Minutemen come out. Is it going to be enough, though, for anything to happen here? Because the Aenas, we have the HP sponge, there's the Tomahawks. We have the Aenas with their attack, with their higher DPS. Damage is being done, shipments are being sent. The army is surely being cleaned up, but who is there's a good fight for in the end? How much resource value was already killed here by the Haudenosaunee army? And especially...
I think Rohbrot's okay, actually. Like, he's managed to clean up the whole mass here. And he's got crossbows left over. He didn't really lose any vills that fight.
Actually, it might not be too bad. I mean, the score lead is somewhat concerning, though. The issue is vills. Oh, yeah. Harrison is already... Yeah, Harrison is faster in seeing these things than me. 20 vills, and I'm pretty sure we lost settler wagons. No, we did not. Or did we just send the second ones? Nope. So 28 villages with what I hope is steel traps. Nope. No. Oh my god. No steel traps yet. That is bad for Germany.
Yeah. I think he's been cutting out like vill production to make up for, I guess, military.
And now Soldier is ahead. That's lovely. 120 food being taken by Soldier this very second. Really some beautiful stuff. And he could easily take the... Yeah. TP line. I just wanted to say that in that moment he put the TP down. Great job there, utilizing his map control to the fullest, taking treasures, and now I think making them probably game deciding move if everything goes right. Snares there though. Raid is being denied. Well seen by Rohbrot here. This could have been GG easily.
Oh, and the Kanya will escape pretty much unharmed.
Well, unharmed?
Yeah, I don't think that...
Yeah.
They lost one of their comrades.
But still, much better than going in there, killing one villain and then being slaughtered like cows there. So, I fully agree. Still good enough. And behind that, what is coming is an age up. I don't want to see the 600 coin go through. If it goes through, I will quickly mute myself and scream. Just to warn you, right?
Oh, it seems like he's cancelled it.
Yeah, Germany needs to push out here, though, because the army is not getting replenished, and I think Germany needs to get at least take down the warheads here and position themselves in a way that they at least can take this herd over here. Testament and Rohbrot really is top 10 player. Currently ranked 12, so yeah, just not quite, I guess. But he is a really active player most of the time. And mostly Spain, yes, but also, of course, other civs. As we saw in the game before, where he did a great job at the start and then had one big throw that more or less cost him the entire game, I'd argue. But I will let you guys argue about that. 231 of you crazy maniacs being in here with me and with Lopsided Fluff. Great to have you here, and really appreciate you being here, guys. Great that we can provide the entertainment you're looking for.
Yeah, and it's only got to get better because Howard's about to hit H3.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And is Germany going to push as soon as he sees that, or is he going to try age himself? I don't know if he can afford to age, though. He has shipped coin, so I think we will see an age up.
I mean, we see the slow age up from Howden Shunny, which gives Germany a bit of timing. But honestly, I don't think that Germany has any business aging up right now. I don't think they're even close to it. Look at that. 600 coin has been gathered up, and that's all they have. So, that is not going to go well for him. Or not. I think the tempo is just all out. There's no XP curve that's good now at this point. There's shipments have been sent. There's no church, as was pointed out, and churches are a must-have if you don't have a TP. If you don't have that, you need a goddamn church. Otherwise, you're not going to put through here. Or not push through here. But yeah, he's going to see the age up. He's going to push. Soldier might lose the forward base, but if he doesn't commit there and get slaughtered, he has another one. And he has more units behind that. And look at that. Germany doesn't even care. Germany is just going all out H2. Because he knows he can't just age behind that.
Yeah, I think that's the right play. And Soldier, he doesn't need to take a fight. He's just going to let his 2 shipments come in. Probably 6 Kanya, maybe 8 Skirm would be the way.
6 Kanya, such a staple for the Civ. One simple shipment that has such a huge impact on the way that the Civ is played, because 6 Cav is, and that sentence will sound dumb, is the 4 Cav of H3, if that makes sense. Because all Civs with 4 Cav,
right.
yeah, all Civs with 4 Cav in H2 know how much different that makes that you actually have 4 of them. And it's the same with 6 in H3, if I might say that. The second big button is 500 food, or 475 food and 475 coin. So Soldier is mismacroed as hell, I will say. But he could sell resources to get there if he wanted to. A huge big button pop could be absolutely insane if he pulled that off.
Yeah, and I think he's going to try go for a timing here with his skirms on the way.
Yeah, but he was kind of found out, wasn't he? He has been seen. I mean, that TP is not going to mean much, but Germany needs to do more. They can't just pull back now, because one TP denied is not what turns this game over back into the favor of Germany.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, I don't think Germany can really take a fight now. But I think it's Howard's time to push. He's just got his shipments in. And he's just got his upgrades as well, so
in theory,
let's make something happen.
I like those preventive walls, by the way, in the north. The only issue I'm having with it that he's walling off this part, and there's literally a bridge over there where you can just walk through with any raids if you want to. But just can still save you if you are lucky. But now it's Howder's time to push in there. And I don't want to be the Germany player in this scenario. Heavy discussions about Spain being broken or not in chat, by the way, but that's not what we are concerned about, as they have been banned. So let's see what Germany can do here. And Jesus, it really feels like the only thing they can do right now is suffer. Or what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, he's just had to kind of move out onto the map, get more res, and he doesn't feel like he can push out at all. So I think he's just going to wait for Howard to push in and just watch his demise slowly dwindle. But we could be surprised. I'm not going to count out Rohbrot.
Oh, me neither. Certainly not. The only question is, how good can the next fight that Germany takes be? Especially with a fight that is up against the best, or one of the best skirmisher units in the entire game on the one side, and filthy crossbows on the other. But there we go, the fight is up to begin. Just not too much anti-cav, except, well, Elite Kanya Horseman as a sort of body block there. Reinforcements being drawn in, the big drag box attack there from all sides, and now the question is whose meat shield dies first. Ulan's H2, no upgrade sent so far, and that might be a huge issue here in this fight, because now the HP pool of those H3 Kanyas is just too great to be dwindled down, even with so many reinforcing numbers. And while Germany pushes into this massacre, all the anti-cav units are being picked off and more reinforcing Kanyas are there, and that is the GG.
Yeah, great game. I mean, Soldier did such a good job of just like pulling his cav back, not losing them, and just pulling out those pikes so the Skims can pick them off. But yeah, I think it was tough for Germany in H2. Great game as well.
Absolutely great game here, yeah, and well done by Soldier. Even against a deck that was prepared for early aggression, pulling out a victory as this one is impressive in my opinion, and really cleanly played even in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, don't know if I can like critique Soldier's Hound at all. I think he did a great job.
Yeah,
just like that, we're 2-0.
Yeah,
Soldier. Let's go.
That's what puts Rohbrot on the spot, doesn't it? Because he needs to make something happen here fast. He needs to take it all or lose it. There's no other chance. There are back-to-back 3 victories, right? Nothing else to be done here.
Yeah, I mean, his reputation's on the line almost. You don't want to get 3-0'd, especially being like the higher rank.
On the one side, sure, yeah. But we have to admit that the ELO ranking that Soldier has right now is something of peculiarity, or just an odd mistake from the ranking system, because he obviously plays better than that. But there is this weird effect that when really good players that are fluent in the meta of 1900 plus ELO and so on drop to 1700, they lose games there that they shouldn't lose, because the meta is just so messed up down there. It's like arguing with an idiot and then he pulls you down to his level and beats you there. That's what it is. And lower levels of ELO are really dirty. So that might excuse his ELO levels there. Can we see the ranked stats in scene 2? Yeah, sure, Joshua, sure. Oh, sorry, just taking a breather right now because that was an enticing series so far. Well, let's put you guys where you want to go in the pre-match screen, shall we?
Sure, but yeah, we'll see how Rohbrot plays it.
I would agree with that, to be fair. I would agree with Russia having the upper hand, but mostly in the sense that they can more easily do what most civs have to do against Dutch, namely idle, force them to commit a bit to H2, just keep them, slow them down while their own economy scales really, really well, as we know the Russian economy does in this game. And I think that's what has this effect on the matchup.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see a forward base. Yeah, Russia has to deny some tempo from Dutch. He's going to be trying to idle him and, yeah, putting pressure on. Dutch. Going to be getting these cows as well that are scattered throughout the map.
Already doing so, and I'm loving that fact, because that is the great strength of playing Dutch on this map, if you ask me, that you have the extra explorer who is going to guarantee you, or should guarantee you, a bigger yield when it comes to cow steals and get general cow gathering.
Yeah, the envoy does well for that. And I think it's probably better for Dutch to get all the cows, because then he doesn't have to venture onto the map as much.
Yeah. Also, 3 or 4 cows are surely enough to buy at least the food half of an additional bank, making the macro much easier, and maybe leaving some headroom for additional coin gathering, wood gathering, or even a faster bank and such things.
Yeah, and I think he's actually just eating the cows straight up. He wants a fast stage up, it seems.
Then you might be a bit ahead of me, or just seeing more than I do. But yeah, you are absolutely right. The cow is being eaten there. If it does that, how good is the Egypt going to be, though? I think I love that. We do have the pikes in here. Against Russia, I don't know if I'm too confident in that H2 shipment, though. I do like the 700 food on the map in a matchup like this. I do.
Yeah. This is like an old Dutch deck, right? Like with the 700 food. I know it's not the best shipment, but it's something you see in like older legacy style decks, isn't it?
It surely is, but can somebody explain the sustainable agriculture here? I don't want to just... I'm confused, that's most of it. The point is that this card is so late game-ish in a scenario where you don't really get there normally as Russia versus Dutch, because either one of the two always overwhelms the other, in my opinion. You don't see this late game wallish game style that you often have with other civs and other matchups. So I'm wondering what that card does in a 1v1 match in a tournament situation. But maybe Soldier will surprise us again.
Yeah, he definitely could. And Russia has both of the upgrade cards in Age 2 as well, which is interesting to see. Because that card kind of got split recently.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
boys card.
Good point to point that out, actually. The new order regiments, the infantry upgrade and the cav upgrade for cav archers and Cossacks, which is a really weird card in H2 because in H2, well, it only buffs the Cossacks. You have nothing else there. It's really a shame we can't... Yeah, it's really a shame we can't see in-game chat. Was hoping for some... I see what you're talking about there, Callum, but sorry, that is something we can't provide you with there. And GUA, great to have you in chat. You are a bit late, but you know that yourself. Hopefully you will have time to catch up on the other games later, but I'm sure that Soldier will be beaming over the first two because especially the second one pretty impressively played. And I don't think that he can spoil his performance, even if he loses 3 games in a row now, but let's not jinx it. 30 XP for Russia here. Oh.
Soldier's gone with the forward base. Is he not building it?
Not too confident over there. He wants to put it somewhere else. Probably not next to the Apache settlement. Apache.
Oh,
do you ever...
He's gone in base. Is that the right decision?
Wait. Jesus Christ, he has. Now, wait a second. Okay, now, we don't... So, Rohbrot doesn't see that. Rohbrot is going for the second bank here. What is this? What? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Did we just... We did see well. The age up is 500 food, not the quartermaster. He is...
Is he gonna age?
It's...
No, he's sending Cossacks.
He is sending Cossacks, so he will... He might be trying to put some... to fake aggression, probably, because obviously, as Dutch, you would expect aggression here, but... I mean, if Rohbrot is not seeing anything, he's not going for the 600 wood, which would be the greedier option instead of the bank, though. But at the same time, I mean, just letting Dutch boom does not seem like a valid option. And now, at the latest, Dutch knows that there's an in-base blockhouse. So what the hell is Russia doing here?
Yeah, has Rohbrot actually scouted that there's a... Yeah, he has scouted that there's in-base. So he has more time, and he's happy with that.
He just ran there, and people saying he's just going to make lots and lots of strelets. In theory, could do that. Oh, bank wagon. Being hindered there by the bison in base. Something that I'm pretty sure the Sunbros are responsible for.
My heart jumps for a second then when the bank wagon didn't go, but
yeah,
he's got it down. It's all good.
That was a bit of a scary moment, at least a jump scare for me. But it's really weird. Soldier being aggressive without the forward base, Dutch being defensive without a military building. It's all a bit off meta here, and I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, well, I think probably Rohbrot thinks he can afford to maybe not drop a military building just yet, just because he's scouted that in-base blockhouse. So maybe he thinks, yeah, Soldier's not going to be as aggressive as he probably could.
Yeah, and I mean, Kellen asking, where is Dutch's 5th bank? There is none. There is no 5th bank for Dutch. We don't have CM, we have nothing. We have 3 Huss there to come and save the day. And 3 Huss is probably all he needs to fight all those 20 Strelets, to be honest. The Cav is dead. Oh, Soldier. That might be a bit too experimental here. CM is not there.
Yeah, I mean, bit too greedy to just send Strelitz and Cossack into Dutch. You know that three Huss is probably going to be on the way. He is adding a stable as well, so he wants to play H2.
Losing a Vil, though, that hurts a lot. And the issue is with Strelitz, they are great to fight against skirms, but if your enemy starts with Cav, which is pretty common in this matchup as far as I'm informed, that's just not the way to go, and the slaughter here is the payback for that.
Yeah, they're so bad against Cav. Like, you need Musk here or Cossack to just, like, tank some damage.
Certainly do. Against skirms, yeah. Against TC5 even, yeah, that's more or less resource efficient, I guess, but not 3 Huss. How many of these guys just died to 3 goddamn Huss?
And look at the greed on Rohbrot. He's got a 5th bank, as Callum was asking.
Does he?
And is he just going to age now? Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Are you watching my stream or are you watching it yourself?
I've got my own, but I like to have yours open because sometimes my recs just like stop.
Yeah,
the live games just stop.
I remember from cutting one of those. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Just was confused for a second, but that's great to know because.
Yeah, sorry.
No, fine, because that makes more sense to me as if I thought I was just overlooking everything from my own perspective. But honestly, those 3 Huss just did so much work in pushing back the entire Russian army. And, well, the brothers in arms are up now to take up the flag and to fight again here. But what's 30 Strelitz? How long is it going to take them to siege down a bank? Or a house, even?
Well, yeah, they're not going to really be able to accomplish anything because Dutch is going to get H3. And I think those Huss, all they did was just buy time. I know Lion likes to say, like, time's your most important resource, and that's what Rohbrot did. He just bought so much time for himself, and he's going to double stable.
Double? Stable? Is that double? I think...
I mean, Russia hasn't made Musk yet, so I think that's a perfectly viable strategy here.
Yeah, but not if you're housed to death. It isn't. Because we have 30 population of 20 population space, so he needs to do something about that fast, or all this entire batch of what is supposed to be veteran Huss is going to be just 2 of them.
Not as scary as it looks.
Yeah, and also not as fun to play with as it looks. And yeah, the villager wanting to build a house, but immediately realizing, nope, that house is not going to happen. I'm sorry. The question is, where is the anti-cav? And the answer is, there is none. 5 more Huss being sent, and we are going to see Soldier probably die to, what, 15 vet Huss, and that's it? Nope. Got more Cossacks, though, thankfully. So, Soldier is investing in something, at least, that will keep those pesky Huss off his skin in this situation.
I don't think Strelitz are the play. Like, what are they going to do damage to here? Nothing. But I guess he hasn't scouted the stables yet, so...
yeah, double stable is something you would usually not go scouting for, right?
He scouted one of them, so he knows that there's probably Huss on the way.
True, yeah, and probably Huss on the way sums up the 20 vet Huss, I might add, that will be in the field soon enough. But against those Cossacks... yeah, the issue is the Strelitz are just gonna do... yeah, nothing, really. Probably dent a bit of the horse back there, but that's all. What's just the damage on those?
Slap on the back of the horse.
Yeah, quite. And the spores might just think it's a fly or something, and that's all that's going to happen because
swat it away.
8 damage, and only 60% of that actually passed through the unit type, and then you still have 20 damage resist there. So we are about to witness a Russian-Dutch slaughter. I feel like, depending. Oh, 5 reinforcing muskets here to save the day. Is it going to be enough, though?
Oh, there's so much Huss here, and the Cossacks, they're just dying.
Yeah.
They're not living long enough, and
no.
Wow, this little hill's going to do really nice for the pathing here for Soldier, but is it enough?
I mean, the majority of the Huss is still in the back, right? They just pushed right through the Cossacks there, and I do have to agree with Luktom here. I think that smells, looks, and sounds like the 2-1 here for Rohbrot.
Yeah, and we saw what 3 H2 Hus did, but try about 20 Vet Hus.
Yeah. And we always used to joke that those giant axes that the guys are fighting with, those great axes, are made from plastic, and you can see that effect right here. He does need to pull back, though. Overstate his welcome a little bit, more reinforcing, and even some anti-cavalry units, if you believe it or not. But there's more cav where the first ones came from, and there's more anti-cav to take care of those pesky Cossacks that always get in the way. So, Soldier might feel like he saved the day, but in a second he's going to realize, nope, he just lived to see another dead morning.
Yeah, and the Reuters are in here now as well, so any Cossack play is just going to get denied.
Yeah.
And yes, it's not looking good.
That sums up this whole thing. And we just saw Russia losing to double stable H3 play. It was really weird from all perspectives to see that happen. Yeah. I can't really get any idea of why that was the play to go here for, but, well, Russia's still there. I mean, we've got 27 villages to what? 37, so economic lead? Nah, not with 5 banks in base. Military, none left for Russia. Age up? Nope, not happening anytime. And there's the GG is the right... Yeah, right solution, right ending, admission of slight miscalculation in game plan. Call it what you want.
I think what it came down to was just deciding not to forward base and not make anti-cav. I think that's probably what he needed to do.
Which sounds super dumb, because that is literally the thing that you do. You build a forward base and you build some muskets. But yeah, the Strelitz's just being outclassed by guys on horses. Pretty heavily. Oh.
And yeah, Rohbrot takes his first game. So, yeah, we're going to go to the next game as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, because the true winners in this exchange of points, score, and games is actually us, because that means we get to see one more game.
The game is afoot.
There we go. So, in the southern side this time, Rohbrot in the blue, but with the red flag, as the Ottomans. Potentially showcasing it how well he can utilize that tempo, because Spain and Ottoman obviously are really strong FF civs. The question is, who F's the hardest, right? And on either side, I have never seen Soldier play Spain, but that's mostly because back when he was playing, I also wasn't casting too much, at least on internationally. So I'm all up with it. I'm happy to see what he pulls out of his magic hat for this match. If I can...
It's nice to know Soldier... Oh, yeah, you go.
If I can bother the mods, I would really love to have another prediction of just for the sake of it, but that's all I wanted to ask. Oh. That's all.
I was just going to say, I think Soldier seems like he knows the map really well, because he's gone for that furthest TP, ensuring he gets the first pass. However, Rohbrot will be a pass behind.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to let that one pass, but you know what this is about there. Jesus. But we talked about this, and Vividly had a very strong point here that he thinks that this one is always doable. But in my perspective, or in my opinion, Rohbrot he took the treasure here. There was a small wood treasure over here, and he took the time out of his walk over there to take the treasure, to kill the Guardian, and I think that's what lost him the trading post here in time.
Because I know you can get the one on the left,
yeah,
the furthest left. I think you can get that up in time.
Certainly, because we saw that. But I do think that it would have been able to get that one as well. But we will have to cast another series to find out. Maybe Moonshine and Frontline can provide if that one goes to the 4th game. But that's not of my concern, because I'm too tired when that one happens to cast it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Let's check decks. It seems like Otto might actually be going for another Jan Rush.
Yeah, the only thing... Yeah, the suspicious thing for the Jan Rush is the 700 food, isn't it? Because that's the telling one.
That kind of tells you.
But yeah, the land...
But if it does go... Ooh. Yeah, you go.
Yeah, you saw it, right? ATP in Spain's deck. That's a weird one.
Does that mean age 2?
I have not even close of a clue about that. There are 2 spawns. If the TP spawns on your side, and your Explorer spawns closer to the third. Okay, so Minimold's schooling us there, probably more or less according to, or in accordance to what Vivili also said. If it spawns in the right way, then you can actually get it, which would have been the case here for Rohbrot, but still missed it because of the treasure, probably.
Yeah, okay. That's good to know.
I mean, the question is how... Yeah, Rohbrot has a decent age of timing. In base, mosque, house, nothing new there, nothing fancy, nothing spectacularly new. Not going for capitalism, though. Soldier on the other side also has no capitalism with him. Not going for ATP. Maybe a fake out card, or maybe just a card that was prepared for this map, and he just doesn't want to play it here.
We do see 2 forward vills from Otto, though, so we are going to see H2 pressure.
Absolutely right. Thank you for spotting that one. And they're doing a bit of a dance. This strategy that... Well, this choice here that Rohbrot made is, I think, a good one. Might still be found out, though. Yeah, depends whether or not Soldier is actively looking at his scout. He had 1 second. I would say about 1 second to scout this.
But he's going to see the age up.
Yeah,
and,
I mean...
I think he's going to know what's coming. I mean, his dog died, so he's not going to have as much information as he could have.
Yeah, that is huge, though. That lack of scouting abilities. And the 2 wrecks are being put down on the ground as if their life depended on it by those vills. The point I wanted to make earlier was that as long as these two don't hurt, you can't see it through the fog of war. And that is just something you have to think about in this level of play. You have to calculate in the fact that your enemy can just scout a dead animal, or animals running for that matter.
Oh, and as you say that,
yeah,
shoots the animal.
Yeah, perfect timing, I know. And we see Rex in base. We see wood coming in first from Soldier, not coin, so he is prepared to fight and defend this. The question is, has he seen Hazard's and Julian's version of this, where they actively go back and forth on the fighting, and where Ottomans often end up actually taking the trade route and getting that extra economy up and walking in huge Janissary numbers that just demolish the Spanish base?
Am I right in saying 700 food, or it went 700 coin, 700 food for Otto?
Yeah.
What is it? Where did he get all his houses from?
It's not too many houses you think about. I think that's what he chopped for in H2, mostly.
Yeah, probably chops for in transition. Okay, there's lots of different kind of small ways you can play this Jan Rush. Because I know I play it a little bit differently.
Yeah, there are variations. There are variations where you go for steel traps. There are variations where you do it with the high... what's it called in English? The one card in H1 that transforms all your wood into... all your food into wood.
Oh, the fur trade?
No, that's food into coin. It doesn't matter too much. We've got the right composition coming up because it's Jan, and right behind the Jans, it's 3 delis which are going to get the snare on anything that needs to be snared here. Sublime Port, thank you very much, Risotto. It's die Hochpforte in German, and I just can't translate that for the love of me. Well, yeah. Why Siege TP? No idea. They are both doing it, so I also don't know who you're talking about. And it looks like neither Soldier nor Rohbrot are IFFing, but that might be a mistake here from Soldier, because if I know one thing about this matchup, then that Spain does not win this in H2. Do they?
No, I don't think they do, but they also struggle early H3. I think the way Spain can win is if they're able to hold the Jan Rush, and they need to pop maybe 7 rods, Minutemen, and age up with the crossbows. But we're not going to see an H3 anytime soon. He's going to be losing a lot of musk here.
We are not going to see one at all. I think that Soldier just suicided everything he had into this. Not popping any dogs, not popping anything at all, and losing 15 musks in the process of doing that. Jesus Christ. That was, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's not looking good for Soldier right now.
And it's not looking good for my sleeping schedule either, I have to say, because that... if Soldier did not just open the door to a game of 5, then he certainly at least, sent out a big, shiny invitation to Rohbrot for this one. But yeah, the defensive measures are there. Do we see... Yeah, rods are coming in as a shipment as well, but just the mass, the pure mass of Janissaries in this fight surely is enough to take it.
Yeah, I think it's enough to take it, and the Minutemen have gone down. I think it would have been better to pop them with the rods.
Yeah.
The rods come from the outpost, but they're not going to do much against Jans.
Yeah, Jan is
the thing.
Perfect musketeer to deal with this. And for some reason, we also don't see the Explorer being popped out and some of these elite dogs being trained. All of that together could have been enough to save Spain here, but looking at it right now, there's a dead base and more reinforcing batches probably about to come in from the Ottoman player. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's looking like a bit of a game over here, but I don't want to say that yet. I mean, pikes are coming in. What are they going to be able to do?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Because if they go in cover mode and still get the snare, then yeah, Jen just goes into melee and claps them dead easily with their 15 melee attack. And that's 2 shipments spent into a Janissary army with little reinforcing shipments there. And still, it's not enough to deny this. No eco, no army, no further reinforcements except for... Well, village numbers are looking healthy. Ah, great.
Yeah, I just spied it, but Soldier's actually raiding Otto, and I think he just picked up 2 vills.
Wait,
so
he actually is with 1 musket. Is that real? Oh.
So, I mean, if Soldier can hold on, I don't see how he does, but he would definitely have the eco advantage by a lot.
I think that
and he's shipping vills as well.
Yeah, I think that is why he's doing this. He has certainly, yeah, 5 and 4 villas. He's on 34 villages. He has double the economic numbers than Rohbrot has, but is it going to be enough for something? He has to make something happen. He needs to unidle them as fast as possible and get up with a fighting plan. If he takes this back, this might be one hell of a blasting win here, but...
Yeah. And he's buying a lot of time. I don't know what Rohbrot's doing. He's sending about 30 musk to catch...
Neither do I, neither does Chet, but those
like
5
4
muskets,
so...
they did their job, honestly. And if Rohbrot does not see those guys... No, okay, he sees them, but still. That was so much time bought and so much value here for Rohbrot. For bought off from Rohbrot, basically. And Soldier might be able to get something out here, but he's not allowed to suicide it into those reinforcing Janissary batches, though.
And, I mean, he might have a window, because I think Otto... No, Otto's not trying to age. He's still going to be pumping out units. But, yeah, as you were saying, he's bought himself a lot of time here.
I just misread that stereo as queer, questionable decisions, and I still fully support that statement. I mean, that was even from a queer perspective, that was very questionable. Because running around in all sides, that is, wow. More or less, and he's just walking past. I'm holding my breath there because he's walking past. What is Soldier doing? Ah! Soldier would have... He would not have been caught by this Janissary army here with his 6 vills, and then they decided to walk into the Janissary army. That was a sight to behold. Do we have...
This is a lot of Jans.
Imagine just one batch of Cav coming in to support this. You just need to stay able to get this going.
Yeah, but I don't even know if he needs Cav. Of course it would help, but these crossroads are just tickling Janissaries right now.
Yeah, and the Janissaries are much more than tickling those guys. That is... Oh.
Forcing me into the corner of the map. Oh.
Yeah, trying to not be seen, but damn, that's just enough. And there comes the GG, guys. We are going for the final game of this series, and we are going to see it. And Jesus.
There you go. Game 5. Here we come.
Here we come.
Interesting games, the last 2.
And I love that this is the series that we can finish this on, because this entire thing started incredibly strong with Azad versus Tabun, and then we've had our ups and downs, our entertainment, our oh my god and WTF moments and all that. But this is exactly what I wanted to see here, a great series between 2 cool players, and most of all, happy chat. Even Julian showing up as well, some more people dwindling in. Great to have you guys here.
Julian, what do you think about Rohbrot's Gen Rush? Is it up to your standard?
Yeah, please answer that one for us. If you haven't seen it, rewatch it and answer us in the next stream that ESOC does, but we do need to know that one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Quickly go for the stats, shall we?
A solid 6 out of 10.
Well, that's honest. That certainly is honest. Oh, yeah. Before let's skip the stats actually for this one, because I do think what we all want to see is the next one that comes up. That's why I wanted to hear, guys. So, with the guy from Australia, with the guy from Austria, join us on our quest to find out who finally takes the crown between Rohbrot versus Soldier here. And let's hop into the next and last, actually, gameplay session for tonight. And along we go. We on Kamchatka. Now I can't only read it the way that I think stereotyped it out. I'm sorry, guys, but the map where you need to get all the goats and the good ones are in the middle, right? You know which one I'm talking about. In northwest, in the yellow flag, but on the red color, we see Soldier playing China, and in the southeast, Rohbrot with Brits.
Yeah, and Soldier's going to be getting that TP, and I hope his disciples out getting goats, because they are going to be great to put those on the villages and fattening them up. Hopefully, maybe going for age 3 play, which is kind of what we see with China.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there already. Soldier getting 3 and 2 of the middle ones, which in my opinion are the most important ones, as they are so easy to snag. Goats coming back to his base. TP is down, and we are hopefully going to see what everybody is expecting from China with the TP in age 1, namely the Tea Leaves card. I just saw a question. Is this not a knockout match? Nope, it's not like that. We are in the group stages still, where each group, or in each group, people play all the members of their specific group. Nope, not all of them, but the losers of the first matchup play each other, the winners play each other, and the first winner continues, and then it's played off again and again. So 2 people of each group ascend to the round of 16. Thank you, Fenor. I think you just chatted for the first time and then immediately going for a sub. Thanks a lot for the support. Really appreciate it. So, what are we seeing here from Rohbrot, though?
We do have decks come in.
Oh, Jesus.
Northern refugees.
Northern refugees first, with only 1 village and 1 town center, and then going on to T-Export.
I think you can play this either way. You can send T-Export first, and then go Northern refugees. Or the other way round. Do you know?
I don't know, but in my opinion, I'm fairly sure that you always should go for the T-Export first, so you can switch into an LI a bit earlier and get the important things out a bit earlier overall. But in my opinion, yes, T-Exports first, always.
Yeah, look how many goats China got as well. Like, he's setting himself up to look really nice.
And a super weird deck. Well, not a super weird deck on its own, but a weird deck in the sense of that we don't see any of it being played right now, because Rohbrot has Greenwich time or Greenwich time in deck. He also has Virginia Company and all those fancy things, but he's not opting to go for a trading post, which feels weird with that deck setup that is utilizing here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I know a lot of Brit players aren't a fan of Greenwich time, and it's not really seen at all. So I'm not sure why he has that in deck if he's not going to use it. But maybe it's an old Brit deck when it didn't have 3 vills.
Might be, yeah. China also getting 80 food, which is going to be so super tasty for them. But yeah, look at the age up time, though. We are going to age up past the 320 line, which is not that great, in my opinion, for China, in this situation especially. Now the age up is coming through finally. 4 vills on it. That might be close. Yeah, just shy of 5 minutes age up timing.
And it is the Summer Palace, so I think this spells an FF. And I think what Rohbrot needs to do is maybe try get some damage done in age 2.
Yeah, I do agree there. But it just feels weird to see, honestly, it just feels weird to see China go for the TP, go for the early XP, go for a fast build, and then only to send the northern refugees without a T export card, because not sending T export at all just feels...
Yeah,
well,
that is interesting. I would have liked to see the T export instead of northern refugees, I feel. But I'm sure Soldier has it all under control. And as we were saying, Brit
yeah.
is forward basing, which I think is a good play.
The question now is how fast can Brit be in China's base, and how much damage can they do, or how much can they force out of China to try and defend this? Because Age 3 China is just a menace. I don't think we have to argue about that at any point, in any rate. But if it doesn't get there in time, or not with the tempo that it wants, then it's a different question, especially against a civ that has economic scaling of the likes as Brit has. Muskets on the way.
I think for China to survive this, he might need to pop Chukanu at some point in Minutemen. Well, it all depends on how hard Rohbrot pushes in H2.
Jesus Christ. We have 700 coin as the next shipment. Vill's queued as if his life depended on it. I don't know what the idea here is. Maybe dumping score. I think those villagers don't count for score until they are trained. So it might be something like that. But the first 5 musks are denied of doing any real damage just by Wang Lang showing his long Wang, whatever. Sorry, I'm just so confused by that name, because I always thought it was a name that Lucas put on purpose there to just confuse us casters. But now, actually 8 crossbows, 8 Chukanus coming in, trying to save the day against the muskets. And Rohbrot, although ahead in score, obviously, I'm not too confident in his position, because he has done nothing to really dwindle down.
Yeah, it seems like China is going to get a bit of a free age up. He has pops Chukanu, so is a win for Rohbrot without him even knowing it. But it might deny the sieging of the TP here, which is good for China.
Yeah, now he's going to get caught. The snare's there. The crossbows can do their thing. And don't forget, Chukanus, in comparison to other crossbow units, actually have a 2x multiplier against musketeers. So they do excel if you don't put them in direct fighting range, that is.
And yeah, those musks are going to get cleaned up. And I think China's going to have a pretty easy age up to age 3.
Aging up at 645 after sending a shipment, after beating back early aggression. I mean, there's a stable as well, which can prove, if the timing is right, that could be an issue. But the Vil numbers are just not where they should be for Brits here. Did he scout? That's a good point. Quickly going to check. Did Soldier scout? He did scout the stable. Impressive stuff there, in the sense of that he just timed it well. And we have to admit that I feel like Rohbrot also sold the defense really cheaply. So he made it easy for Soldier to defend this. And the age up is with the Confusion Academy. No tower, no resource generating shenanigans here that we often see. So we will have a big army of skirms out there able to fight and absolutely demolish the musketeers of the Brits here.
Yeah, I mean, China's looking really good. They're going to get pretty much a free age up. They're going to get some skirms to ward off any musk. There are going to be cav, which he's going to have to worry about. And just to point out as well, Brit just sent 700 coin, and it looks like he's just going to be pumping out units. So he's committing to H2 at the moment.
Yeah, makes sense. But at the same time, 9 pikemen were queued just in case, and now he's cancelled. I'm really thankful for that. But it was just emergency shipment if there was a push into his base, I reckon. Lots and lots of skirms, no anti-cav yet, but he is actively going for cav himself. Probably for snaring ability. But he does need something to actively deal with the cav of the enemy as well. So
yeah, I would agree. Like, yeah, he might send the Quang, or no, not the Quang, the Chengdao next.
Yeah.
Might be nice.
And now Rohbrot does need to gather his army properly and not just fight it unit by unit. Close fight.
There's a lot of cav here.
It certainly is, but the fighting is happening in such a small space that I don't know if it's really beneficial for him. The cav mass can't go to work. Cav
Yeah, it's quite
is...
effective, the pathing from China. Like, these trees are preventing the huts from getting
Yeah.
in, and the Minutemen popped.
And the melee Minutemen are doing all the work they need to do. But at the same time, it's actually the muskets doing the skirm killing here now. And if there's a reinforcing batch of Cav, and if he macros it right so you can actually get a batch of 5, this still might be a very sensitive cleanup here against China.
I think it's going to be a cleanup, but Rohbrot's not going to be able to deal much damage after that.
And then the
All the
question...
cav has been cleaned up, and skirms are on the way, so I think China's alright.
23 villagers against 36 with no trickles or anything from the consulate added so far. About to lose one villager. I do think that... Hard to judge at this point because China was clean, but I do think that China is not too fine actually. I would disagree with you there.
Yeah, no, there are huts here. I didn't see those, so yeah, he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Also being idled quite considerably. Popping his Minutemen, so not a chance that he's going to get those back. How is he right? He's dead. Yeah, tea leaves would have come in clutch probably if he had that card, because then there would be an outpost probably, or just Russian huts, or even the trickles themselves. You went for the German consulate. A lot of things could have gone on if that was the starting point of his strategy here. Now the anti-cav's there, but there's nobody to protect. So, ooh, and the
Finally
next
getting the
Brit push.
consulate down at 10 minutes.
And the next Brit push is there. And the consulate gets deleted again, just in case of, well, impractical unit placement. But now it's China's time to just run around and make sure that he's not getting caught without his second part of the army. I love that, because we're going to see 10 arquebusiers, and the combination, if microed right, might actually be enough to fight this. Huge issue here, though. Skirm's there. Skirms will continue to fight here. And now, if he micros it properly, this might still be a game for soldiers.
This is the fight.
Yeah.
If Brit can take this fight, I think it's probably going to be over, honestly, because there's no racks or anything for China.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to Rohbrot for the reinforcing batches. I mean, the cav goes down rather easily, but he needs to focus the muskets now so his anti-cav doesn't die too fast. Because there's still 3 huts on the field, and there's more reinforcing cavalry and infantry coming in.
Oh, man.
This is so freaking close.
I think Brit's looking pretty good. I think he's probably going to take this fight quite well. His skirm's going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, that's just the problem here. He has those 10 Chengdaos, but they're just not enough. And now with the reinforcing batches and even some longbowmen, there's not a lot that China can do here to defend. I mean, we're seeing Brit consulate units coming in. Might be a good timing with another shipment because the siege is just not there. But also 26 idols for China, and Rohbrot on the other side, 40 villages, all gathering to the heart's content.
Yeah, Flying Crow is just going to get picked off here. Intervention on the way.
That hurts. He could have gotten at least one shot off and, you know, taking out some longbowmen or something at least. But this way, he just dies hard. We are seeing muskets being trained, but...
Yeah, it's not looking good for China.
It certainly is not. He's pulling back the emergency goats now to get something out here. And Wang Lang again getting hit here by the hussars. Being taken apart in a fight they just can't take. And he needed the disciples to just even out the fighting forces here a little bit at least. But there's just nothing there. Absolutely nothing there.
I think this is the last fight.
This is it.
These muskets are going to get picked off, and China's going to have nothing. He does have some cav about to pop from the... Although... Oh yeah, they're about to pop.
Yeah, and
I don't think they're going to do much.
That cav batch is just there to be slaughtered as well. Especially in those muskets. No upgrades on them yet, but doesn't matter too much because those 4 cav units can barely take apart the reinforcing batches, let alone the army that's still in the field.
Oh, he's trying to hold on so much. But yeah, he calls the GG and that's it. Well played by both players, and Rohbrot takes it after a 2-0 start. What a finish.
That was... What a comeback here from Rohbrot. And guys, I know I couldn't promise you anything because I can't influence how these games are played, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I, for one, certainly goddamn enjoyed the hell out of that last series and of the entire thing as well. We had 6 hours, 6.5 hours of casting. I hope you were happy with us, with ESOC, for providing the content, with the players playing the games, with us casters talking our nonsense in between.
Yeah. Can we all just say thank you to MFD for putting on a show for 6.5 hours? He is such a beast. Like, you've done such a good job, so thank you.
Look, coming from you, so I know you know what the business here is about. That means all the more. Thanks a lot for the congrats, and thanks for supporting this whole thing with me, for keeping it up, keeping the casts live and real. Thanks for you guys tuning in. Hope you enjoyed all of it, and see you in the next one, I guess.
Yeah. See you, everyone. Thanks.
I do not know when the next cast is up, but I do want to ask the obvious question that is always asked at this point. Oh, we will go back into the pre-match screen to give what is deserved, namely the props for finishing this fight after being down 2-0 and pulling it back all the way to a 3-2 victory here by Rohbrot. There we go. What I do